Well, I have no words. Really, I really hope this wouldn't happen. Truly, was trying my hardest to believe that this wouldn't be a symptom of what happened in July. But I guess I was wrong. And all I have to say is this. Bob Iger, sir, disappointment does not begin to express the sort of feeling I have over your choice to be a coward and indefinitely suspend Jimmy Kimmel Live on ABC just to protect two mergers, one on your end and one on Nextstar's end that you have coming. To be honest, as much as I understand maybe settling is the best option, just because you've lost a lot of lawsuits last year to people on the right, this was not the option you should have done. And I feel so, I honestly don't know what to say anymore. Oh, actually I do. You ruined everything, Bob Iger. You ruined your people's trust in the Walt Disney Company. You ruined people's hype for what's to come next. And not just that, you ruined my sanity, and you ruined any chance I have of even trying to have a conversation in a meaningful manner about what you just did. This I cannot defend, and it really saddens me that it had to be this that made me put out a video in defiance of being quiet for the first time. People like you shouldn't be bending the knee to him. You should be standing up for people's right to speak what they want. You shouldn't have done this. And I'm not only disappointed in you for this, I'm terrified for what might happen now that you've allowed censorship to really define your legacy at Disney. I really hope that you can make this right and fix this and reverse what you did before it's too late. Because I don't, as much as I'm not going to tell people that they shouldn't boycott, if they want to, fine, but boycotting is just not going to make things better. It'll just make things far, far worse for people, and for the creative people who aren't business people, who are just trying to make the best stories they can, and they're probably going to suffer the consequences if these stories fail or don't get enough viewers on them, that they'll lose their jobs, lose their homes, get laid off, etc. But I guess people are too arrogant to see that. Whatever. I really hope you can fix this, because Mr. Iger, because your decision to indefinitely pull Jimmy Kimmel is arguably the worst decision I think you've ever made since, well, in my opinion, icing future hand-drawn animated 2D films at Walt Disney Animation Studios from ever being made. But that's a whole other story for another day. You know, maybe you could use an outsider leading Disney once you retire. Because and I really hope what I've read in Bloomberg is true today, that you are trying to fix this and find a way to Jimmy Kimmel back on the air, which I think your best way is to do it live on Disney Plus, since the FCC can't regulate you when it comes to airing on a streaming service. At least that's what I read. So you had better fix this, Mr. Iger. You had better find a way to get Jimmy Kimmel Live back on the air on Monday, because if you can't, if you continue bending the knee to him and allow more shows like The View to be canceled after Jimmy Kimmel got indefinitely pulled, then I'll call on a movement to push for a vote of no confidence in your leadership at the Walt Disney Company. and to call for outsiders to take over. Outsiders who aren't like Nelson Peltz or Ike Perlmutter, by the way. We don't want them, but we do want someone who will bring Disney back to the way of not being forced to bend a knee to dictators, and also ones who will listen to people who, when they ask them to go back to the ways of making animated films before computers took over everything, back when they were made with paper, ink, paint, pencil, drawings, paper, sketches, etc. But anyway, you had better fix this, Iger. You had better put Jimmy Kimmel back on the air, or you're just going to face more losses in money in your stock than you have now. And that's not me sugarcoating. That's me giving you a warning. So you better fix this before things get worse.